Well, the United States is resuming commercial and legal travel today at 4 official crossings along the U.S.-Mexico border, which were previously closed due to record levels of migrant crossings. This comes as another large migrant caravan of roughly 7,500 people is making its way through the Mexico-U.S. border. And here to break down the latest developments is former Chief of the United States Border Patrol, Rodney Scott. Rodney, always great to have you on. First off, let's start with these reopenings today. Your thoughts. Do you think this is a good idea or a bad idea by U.S. Customs and Border Protection?
Well, it's a good idea because it's very, very important to the economy of the United States. I think people forget that we import most products now from outside the United States, and international trade and travel is huge for the economies, not just in these border communities, but in the nation at large. And basically what happened is we shut down legal trade and travel to facilitate illegal entry, to simply process people that are entering the country illegally. So trying to keep the legal trade and travel open, that is a critical aspect of Customs and Border Protection's work, and that is a good thing.
Yeah, Eagle Pass, Texas is one of the reopened locations. And as we know, Texas recently put new laws in the books to hinder illegal migration. But as expected, the Fed is now suing the Lone Star State for that legislation. Rodney, how do you think this will all play out? And do you think this will hinder Texas's ability to handle the impact of this caravan?
So this is going to go all the way to the Supreme Court. Something like this specifics have not been adjudicated to date. But it's really just a consistent trend or a consistent messaging on behalf of the Biden administration from the campaign through the executive orders on day one, shutting down the border wall construction, overturning the programs that were put in place to actually secure the border. It's just a continuation of that in their mindset of having an open border. It is going to challenge Texas that they're going to have to redivert resources now to fight this case at the Supreme Court. But at the same time, I think it's going to help them in the long run because we're going to get a Supreme Court decision in an area that's never been adjudicated before. And that is when the federal government willingly or unwillingly does not do its job, and in this case, securing the borders. Under the Constitution, a state has the right to do that. And that's basically what Texas is fighting here. So it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, it definitely will. Rodney, I also want to talk about the delegation of lawmakers fronted by Speaker of the House Mike Johnson that traveled to the border yesterday. They are demanding some hardline changes to our border policy. That said, what do you make of the visit? And do you think this will actually lead to something and bring about that is some real change?
So I love to be an optimist, but in this specific case, I'm having a real hard time there. The reason I state that is the delegation was all Republicans, and they were the House. So the House passed H.R. 2, which was very good border security legislation over 7 months ago. It's just been sitting in the Senate collecting dust, and the Democrats are fighting hard against that. And really what it comes down to, the main provision that the Democrats do not want is ending catch and release. And that is the one provision that is going to secure the border more quickly than anything else. And it's really fundamental. What you're seeing on the news every single day, or what you're seeing in the videos you guys are showing, is these massive numbers of illegal aliens coming across the border. The reason that that continues is because the vast majority are being released into the United States to wait for a court hearing years down the road. Until that ends, this crisis is going to continue, if not just get worse. And unfortunately, I didn't see anything out of this trip to the border other than basically locking down the Republicans' position that we need to do something on border security. We need to be one team. We need to fight for the country. But that still leaves the entire other side of the aisle absent from this argument. And that is going to be the problem in the road ahead.
Well, Rodney, always appreciate your insights. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.